Good morning. This is Monday, episode 13. Good week coming up. We're closing up the first floor now. We've had Tyler's round to quote. Plasterers are here. They're going to be finished on the plastering to the first floor by the end of the week. So that allows us more time to second fix. Downstairs, MF ceiling is being installed. Bricklayers are here today, finishing off. Coping stones going on tomorrow, and then they are done. We were here on Saturday. I wanted to get some filming, but it was just too chaos. We had a good site clear down, filled a full skip, in a day. The site was messy, so it's nice that we've started the week. We've got a clear site, and we are ready to smash it. So a brief summary of the top floor. Valve locations are in position. In this area here, we've got a bespoke door. This is going to be a storage for your bathroom items. Our niches are now installed for the tiles. Valve locations in place. So this is ready for plastering. Laundry cupboard is now fully plastered. We've got some access hatches which are being installed this week. Pocket door frame is in. Once that's plastered externally, we can start our second fix. Bedroom 2, fully plastered. Now a bit of a storage room. Back wall needs to dry out, but everything else is drying out quite nicely. Coming on through the top floor, we have the family bathroom. So Ian is now going to spot board the reveals, do the bonding out, but like the other bathrooms, valve locations in. We've got our niches in, ready for the tiles. We've got that lovely hexagon tile detail coming along, dropping down, and then coming back up the walls. Bedroom 3, ceiling plastered and one wall plastered. Bedroom 4. So the roof has started to be constructed. I'll take you outside onto the scaffold and we can see that cable floor needs to be installed. We want to get the jack rafters in onto the hips so we can felt this and then we can cable floor the floor. Ensuite to bedroom 4. As the others, valve locations in place, ready for skim. So with our new scaffold, we can get a good view of the garage. Rich is just preparing the dry ridge system now. And then the garage is complete. Flat roof to the side extension. Laser roofing come in and laid our EPDM rubber membrane. We've got our gully coming out here. So this is all falls into this box gutter coming out onto our roof. This needs to be felted and tiled. Bedroom 4 roof. So we've got our oversized hips because these want to be exposed below. We've also matched this valley here to the other side. I'm not sure if you can see, but that detail there sits down into the bedroom. So we've oversized this valley board to match that. Like I said, Rich is going to finish off our jacks here, get a couple comments on, and then we can felt and get this weather tight. Okay, so in the plant room on the ground floor, you'll see a great example of how good AD Heating are, what they do. Everything's symmetrical. You've got the full plan on the wall there that you saw in last week's episode, I believe. We've got our black painted backboard for the reasons I spoke about. So behind the units where they're open, you haven't just got a ply finish. You've got a black backdrop, and then this complements their pipe work. It's amazing stuff. And for a man with a bit of OCD, it's what I like to see. On Saturday, the wallpaper got stripped in the soon-to-be office. Tiled seals are now on the bays. Tiled seal on the front bay. We need to install a 4x3 plate to pick up for the roof, and then that roof can be tiled. Rich is just focusing on the garage, like you saw a minute ago. Some chases need to be bonded in. We've got to drop the MF ceiling on all the ground floor, so we've still got the office to do. We've got the utility room, WC, and then we can insulate and board. We're actually going to close up. A bit noisy out here. So where the big door openings are, these doors aren't being installed for 3 to 4 weeks, I believe. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sheet this off with a clear plastic so we can still let light in, but it just stops the moisture in the air. So we need to start boarding up the openings. What you don't want to do is install plasterboard to the ceiling, moisture gets in, and then everything goes soft and rubbish.
In my head, 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 in my head.
Wednesday afternoon, we are back on site. Wasn't here yesterday, so there was a montage of bits getting done. Plastering is carried on upstairs, so this is bedroom 3, now fully plastered, but we're leaving the reveals until the windows go in. I made a bit of a boo-boo with the external doors. Luckily, we managed to stop production in time. A bit of a miscommunication between me, Aidan, the customer. I thought they'd been signed off and ready, so I've ordered the doors, but they weren't signed off. So luckily, we managed to get that in the nick of time. Otherwise, that would have been an expensive mistake. Windows are due to be installed at the end of the month. We'll take a look around the top floor. Bedroom 4. Hand-cut roof is just being installed today. So the J's got our valleys, our ridge and our hips in. Rich and Shay have just come in today to install the jack rafters. Got a time-lapse video up there, so you will see that. I don't think you've ever met Rich either. Yes, mate, you can saw. So downstairs in the kitchen living area, the MF ceiling is now fully complete. Scott has got to run some more cables because the blinds actually need more electrical wires run to them. The MF ceiling has now been completed in the study, so Dave and Dan are just passporting that now. You'll see Aidan over here. He's just installing the MF ceiling in this entrance hall area. We've got a bit of a strange detail with this little newel post coming down here. So Aidan's just worked out the heights, and it turns out that the one on the left there is going to be lost in the ceiling. This one is going to protrude down ever so slightly. So the client wants to keep that one in, and we're going to lose the newel, half newel on the wall. The openings have been temporarily closed up with this clear sheeting. Clear sheeting is to allow the lights come through, and the reason why we've done it is to stop the elements coming in, putting more moisture on the plasterboard, and it just helps dry out the build, protects it from the wind, and it just starts closing up the build, so things can get dry, things can keep clean. and it's more security. So outside of the build, we have had a delivery of our coping stones. So these come in 3 colours from our supplier. You've got the buff, which is the closest to the sandstone that we could get, and then you've got the grey and then a black. So these are going to be installed on Monday to the parapet. So we've got it above the front door and then all around our side extension. So nice detail, good to get them on because it finishes off the build. So here's a great example of our subcontractors being the best of the best. So Rich has come in and installed the tiles to the garage roof. See the detail on the ridge. Lovely pub work. And it complements the bricks.
Ready? I didn't like my beard to start with, but then it grew on me.
Good morning. It is Thursday. Behind me is a partial finished bay. So the new tiles have been installed. Rich just needs to come along and do his lead flashing. He also needs to put muck to the verges. We originally had a white PVC fascia on this section. We are going with a white PVC throughout the rest of the build, but it's on a higher level, so it's out of sight. On this area here, it was such a mass amount of gloss white, and as you come into the driveway, it's the first thing you see. So we've opted to go for timber. On the timber, we've got our mitered edges, and then we've allowed for a little 20mm upstand. We've got a 9mm soffit going on, and that should dress that nicely. We prime all of our fascia first, because you're not going to be able to get to the back of it, and it's nice to get a coating on it, and then it's all weather tight and not going to rub. To the front of the garage, Rich has finished his pug work. It's beautifully done. He's given us a nice detail on the end of the ridge there, 2 tiles. It's the little things and the little features. The clients love it. And it just complements the nice brickwork, the header detail, the tile seals. Once all of this is washed down, it's really going to be nice. The guys are just inside now installing the plasterboard to the ceilings. The MF ceiling still needs to be finished, but by the end of this week, we plan to have the MF ceiling completely done and all ceilings on the ground floor plasterboarded. Ian and Alfie are carrying on upstairs, hoping to have the first floor plastered this week. We now have a tiling cost agreed. Sean is booked in on the 23rd, I believe, but we're waiting for the windows to come in on the end of the month. So there's only so much he can do. So up on the top of bed 4 roof, the joists have been completed. So we've got our jack rafters, we've got our commons in, we've got our valleys and hips. Rich and Shay are just carrying on installing these furring pieces here. So this needs to match in with the kick of the existing roof. So we've got 22 to cut. We need to match these all round, install on the hips, and then everything is going to flow from the existing roof, match in perfectly. A tricky install. We've had to notch our rafters over the catnick. We've got a catnick here as well that we've had to notch. Rich was scratching his head a bit yesterday, but we got it done.
Give it to me.
He knows a problem when he's on site.
Okay, so that is the end of this episode. More plasterboarding on the job. We're tying things up now. Plasterer is going to come downstairs, crack on while we go upstairs, but you'll see that in next week's episode. Thank you as always. Please do like, share and subscribe. We want to aim for some likes on this video. So we're getting around 25 likes on average. So I'm thinking if we can get to 40 likes, I'd really appreciate it. And also comment if there's anything you want to see more of, anything more within the company or certain things on a job, maybe talking through how we do stuff. Any questions, do drop a comment. We'll get back to you. Thank you as always.